A scripture reading from this morning is taken from the book of Matthew, 7th chapter, 7th through the 12th verse. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be open unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be open. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son asks bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent? And if ye, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye so unto them. For this is the law and the prophets. And so is the scripture reading of Matthew's 7th chapter, 7th through the 12th verse. And I said to you again, good morning, and blessings be upon you. You know, there's something very powerful about this scripture. All scriptures are powerful. But it tells us what it is that we must do, should do, in order to open wide the doors or to receive the blessings, to receive the allness of God. First and foremost, ask. Second, seek. And third, knock. All three things take place within us. For if you are to know God, if you are to experience the allness of God, if you are to know the goodness and the power of God, you must turn within. And when people say that I can't turn within or I can't meditate, then you must ask yourself, how can you come to know God? For you can only know and experience God, basically, the allness and the wholeness of God, by going within. As the teachings of the master teacher said, the kingdom is within you. Do we have an understanding of what this kingdom is? As we have looked and experienced the kingdom on the outside from stories and movies and things, it's all full of glory, abundance, prosperity. With that kingdom that we see on the without is in much greater abundance within us. If we take the time to turn within. Brothers, sisters, children, there is no need for any of God's children to experience lack and limitation. There's no reason why a child of God should want You know, as a mother or as a father, when you have little children, when a child wants something, they will come to you and ask. And sometimes you might be busy doing something and you feel as if you don't have the time to stop and answer that which the child is asking for. But you know, there are times when the child just continues to ask. They pulling on your dress, pulling on your hands, pulling, doing everything to get your attention until you just give up, give in, and say, okay, here it is. I'm gonna give you this so I can continue to doing what I'm doing and just quieten your mouth. Yeah, here it is. So when you go to the source, a lot of times when you first ask, you're not going to receive because you have to, in a sense, convince the source that this is what you want. This is your desire. You know, sometimes folks have a tendency, we don't get it the first time we ask, we forget about it. We turn our attention in another direction. But when you go to God or when you come to God within you and ask, you have to stay the course and you have to be convincing that this is what you want. And then that source within you will respond. This is what you want. This is what you have asked for. And so it shall be given. As the scripture says, seek and ye shall find. Everything that you're seeking to manifest, to have, you must seek it from within yourself, not out in the world. It is that which you're seeking from within yourself will materialize through avenues out in the world. Go not first to the world to seek your good. And you've heard me say this before. The world has no good to give you. Your good is within you, and your good comes from the source that we call God. You know, when you look around the world at all of the suffering and hunger, displacement, and things that are not productive for the people, first and foremost, the masses have not truly been taught how to turn within. They have been seeking the world for their good. How many times have you passed someone on the street? And I think I spoke about this last week or sometime. When you pass someone on the street standing on the corner with a sign that says, I'm hungry. Can you help me? I have children that are hungry, that needs milk. And I understand that many times we will reach into our pockets and give a dollar or two. But a lot of times we don't know that it's all a game. As they say, playing on one's emotions and sympathy. But if one will take the time to turn within to the source that is the giver of all life, there would be no need for anyone to stand on any corner with a sign saying, I'm hungry. Because the God within you will give you just what you ask. That which is for your highest good and for the highest good of all concerned. And God or the source within you is going to give you just what you ask for. God is not going to give you something different. You ask for an apple, you're going to get an apple, and not a peach or a plum, because all fruits are good. But life is going to give you just what you ask for. And what we have to know and understand is that the thoughts that we think are powerful things that will manifest in and through us. So you have to be careful of what you think, because thoughts are things that will manifest in us, on us, and out into our environment. That is the power of I am, bringing into manifestations the things that you think. And then you wonder why certain things are happening to me. Why is God doing this to me? Why is God causing me to not have, to suffer? God is not causing it. You are. By the misuse of the power of I am. See, you have to understand it like this. If I can simplify it like this. When you say I am, what are you saying at the very depths of your being? I am God. And I have the power to bring forth all that I desire. But what you have to know and to understand is when you use I am in reference to yourself, whatever you attach to I am is what's going to manifest and to demonstrate in your life. I'm struggling. I'm having a hard time. I can't make ends meet. All of these things will materialize in you, on you, and out into your environment. It is the misuse of the power of I am or God. And whatever it is good that you desire for yourself, you have to think on these things. I am divinely blessed with all the good of the kingdom that is within me, with all the good that God has for me. And you must know and understand that as a child of God, a creation of God, you cannot be separated from the source. All that God is, we are. All that we are, God is. And that spirit, that power, that source is manifesting and expressing in and through a physical body and a worldly mind. When the mind is no more, when the body is no more, I am still is. And that is where you have to live, move, and have your being from the source that is eternal, everlasting, never changes, never loses the power that it is. I am. And I've said, you heard me touch on this, I think, a week or so, maybe 2 weeks ago, when Moses went up to Mount Sinai and the burning bush spoke to him and told him what he had to do to the children of Israel. And Moses said, well, who shall I tell them sent me? And the burning bush said, tell them that I am has sent you. I am is the power. It's the God within. And when we move, live, and have our being from that connective source of I am, all things are available and open up to us. We have within us, by the power of I am, to bring forth any good and all good that we desire for ourselves and for those that we seek to help, to uplift, to heal. It's all God. When we take away the you and the me and the thems and the theys, it's all God. It's all God manifesting in and through every man, woman, and child. And when you can look out from this physical body to the external things in and of the world and see that it is the source of God permeating everything that there is, then you will have been elevated to a higher state of consciousness. And all the good that you desire for your highest good and for the highest good of all concerned, the power of I am brings it into manifestation. There is no need for any man, woman, or child upon this physical plane of existence to not have, to live in lack and limitation. When we seek the so-called good of the world, we turn away from the truly the source that is the only good that there is. There's a story in the Bible, scripture, wherein one of the Pharisees was talking to Jesus and said something in reference how good he was, how good Jesus is. And Jesus said, why calleth me good? There's none good, but he that is good is in heaven. He is the only good that there is. But we must understand that the good that Jesus spoke about was within him, that God consciousness, that God spirit. Jesus was saying that the physical manifestation of himself was not good, but the spirit of God within him is the only good that there is. The spirit of God within you, within me, within every man, woman, and child is the only good that there is. And so we must discipline, dedicate ourselves to turn within and access the kingdom, the good that is within us. We must turn within. There's no other way to know the source that is responsible for the life and the light that maintains and sustains every fiber of our being. We must discipline ourselves that when we get up in the morning, when we have our meditations, and especially when we go and stand before the mirror. You know, we get in the mirror, we brush our teeth, we do our hair, we shave, whatever it is, we're looking in the mirror and looking at that face. But when you do that, be able to look and say deep within yourself, I am the manifestation of God, manifesting and expressing in and through this physical body that I behold in the mirror. Always do your very best to see and feel the very presence of God in everything that you do, say, and see. All of life is God in manifestation, and there is no separation. Let not the world cause you to believe that there is a separation between you and God. It's not, and it never will be. As you journey upon this path of spiritual growth and unfoldment, always know that it is the I am within you that maintains and sustains every fiber of your being. It is the I am within you that blesses you with your good. The world can give you nothing. It is the source of God within you that will give you all things that are for your highest good and for the highest good of all concerned. And when you have received the blessings of God within you, then you have something to share with the world. For the blessings of God is what the world needs. Look around you. Open wide your ears and hear the moaning and groaning of those that have not. Open wide your eyes and see the devastation that man is causing to his brothers and sisters throughout the world. There's a lack of knowledge, a lack of knowing, a lack of feeling the presence of God within. My sisters, I said to you this morning, blessings to you. And of course, this is the day that we celebrate Father's Day. Seems as if I'm the only male energy that's present this day. But blessings to the mothers that have had to fill that space that have had to be both mother and father to the children. For you know, it speaks of in the scriptures that all great men came forth from the wombs of a woman. And as I was reminded this morning about one of our soul brothers, you probably heard him, I know you have. I like to call him Brother James Brown. Had the opportunity of meeting him in person many years ago when I worked at the House of Representatives. There he was, not more than 2 or 3 feet away from me. But I was reminded this morning in my meditation, one of the songs that Brother Brown had recorded. He said, "This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. It is through the channels of the woman that the man has come forth." And I remember my father many years ago as we talked, and there were some difficulties going on between him and his mother, and some things I was saying, and he said to me, "That's my father, that's my mother. I can never turn against my mother, for she brought me into the world." So, as Brother Brown said, it would be nothing without a woman or a girl. We wouldn't be here. And so we have to be and do the very best that we can, not only for our mothers, sisters, but for all the females that are responsible for the life that come into this physical plane of existence. And for the grateful and thankfulness for those mothers that have had to be both mother and father in raising the children. And so, mothers, I say to you, not only has it been said to you, Happy Mother's Day, but I say unto you also, Happy Father's Day. For you truly are the foundation that has held things together. You have fed us, you have clothed us, you have nurtured us, you have nursed us. You have helped to heal our pain. I thank you. And as it is said, God the source is both mother and father. Happy Father's Day to you this day. Happy Mother's Day to you this day. And thank you for all the love and the blessings that you have placed upon the children. Thank you for all the sacrifices that you've made to raise the children. Thank you for the God that is within you. And so not only do I say Happy Father's Day, I say also to you Happy Mother's Day. I say unto you happy life. Continue to give of your love, your nourishing to all forms of life. For truly without you, we would not be. God bless. Namaste.